what I like to say on behalf of the victim, Mr. Wade, first of all, he's still in critical condition in the hospital. He's still fighting for his life. He had to have another blood transfusion last night. He's still on a ventilator, on life support. So I would ask this afternoon that you do not bond on Mr. Holman. And also, at this time, if you would give Ms. Takesha Wade a chance to address the court on behalf of her brother as well.
Anything in reference to bond, ma'am, I don't need to know anything that happened. My job today is to set bond on this individual. This is not his court date, you understand that?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am, I will hear you.
Okay. I'm asking also that you deny bond because he lives not so far from me, and I'm not sure what his intentions are, but because he lives that close, I am kind of afraid. I don't know him, so I can't judge him, but I do know that because he lives so close to me, I feel uncomfortable in my home. It happened right down the road from my home, so I'm just asking that that be taken into consideration.
Thank you, ma'am. Anything from the state?
Yes, sir. I also concur with the victim and victim advocate. We also had a witness who was also definitely afraid for herself as well, Your Honor.
All right, you understand, Mr. Holman, that if I am allowed to grant you bond today, that you're not allowed to have any contact with the victims or any members of this victim's family. That no contact, of course, means no third-party communication, telecommunication, or written communication. And in violation of that order is going to subject yourself to being arrested and sitting in jail until the actual court date. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Counselor, I yield to you, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor. First off, my client has no contact with his family already. He doesn't know who they are, wouldn't know where her house was if he had to find it. So there's really no risk of that. We do freely agree to any non-contact order that the court would impose. He's gone through his entire life without having any contact with his family. He can continue to do so. My client does live with his fiancée. They've lived together about 4 years now. He's got a stable job, a stable home, no prior records. He's not a flight risk, nor is he a threat to the community. Obviously, the charges are serious. As we've gotten into the initial investigation of this case, this appears to be and I apologize to the victim's family, they're not going to want to hear this, but this does appear to be a self-defense case. This event occurred on a dark road between two people who didn't have anything to do with each other than their cars clipped mirrors as they were passing each other on 321. My client pulled off down the road near where he lives. The other car came along behind. They were discussing the incident. They took pictures of the damage. According to what we understand, the victim was highly intoxicated. Things started to escalate. He went into the rear of his vehicle, pulled out a metal object, at which point my client did use a lawfully registered firearm to defend himself from what he thought was a threat to himself and his person.
I will give a 10% option on the amount of bond that I'm going to set, so that's going to be up to you whether or not you want to use the bond or not. $75,000 cash assured is the bond today, all right?
At 10%.
At 10%.
Thank you, Your Honor.